Right now, you're living at 40% of your true power. Not because you're weak, but because you've never activated the monster inside you. There's a version of you that doesn't fear rejection, doesn't break under pressure, and doesn't beg for validation. Today, you unlock him, and once you do, there's no going back. This brain hack will make you inhumanly strong. Dark psychology. Part 1. The real source of weakness. Most people think weakness is physical. It's not. Weakness is emotional reactivity. You don't break because life is hard. You break because your mind is untrained. When someone ignores you, you feel small. When someone criticizes you, your ego flares up. When you fail, your identity collapses. Why? Because your brain is wired for survival, not growth. Your nervous system interprets social rejection the same way it interprets physical danger. That uncomfortable feeling in your chest, that anxiety, that's your brain saying, "Threat detected." But here's the truth. There is no threat. There is only discomfort, and discomfort is the gateway to power. Part 2. Brain hack. Number 1. Pain rewiring. The first secret to becoming inhumanly strong is learning how to reinterpret pain. Average people avoid pain. Mentally dominant people reframe it. Pain is not punishment. Pain is feedback. When you lift weights, your muscles tear before they grow. When you build mental strength, your ego tears before it evolves. Rejection? That's social resistance training. Criticism? That's emotional conditioning. Failure? That's neurological rewiring. Each time you experience controlled stress and choose not to collapse, your brain adapts. Neuroscience calls this stress inoculation. Expose yourself to manageable discomfort repeatedly, and your tolerance increases. What once broke you becomes something you barely feel. This is how resilience is built. Not through comfort, through controlled exposure. Part 3. Brain hack number 2. Emotional delay. Emotionally weak people react. Mentally strong people respond. There is power in the pause. When someone insults you, your ego wants immediate retaliation. That impulse is primitive, but dominance is not primitive. Dominance is controlled. The ability to delay your emotional reaction is one of the strongest psychological advantages you can develop. When you pause, you regain control. Observe the situation. Choose your response strategically. Most people surrender control of their behavior to their first emotion. Strong individuals do the opposite. They feel everything, but they show nothing unnecessary. Calmness under pressure is intimidating. Silence in chaos is powerful. And the person who controls their reactions controls the outcome. Part 4. Brain hack. Number 3. Identity shift. Alter ego method. Here's something most people don't understand. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your identity. If you see yourself as someone who struggles, you will always struggle. If you see yourself as someone who quits, you will always quit. Inhuman strength begins with identity reconstruction. Create a version of yourself that does not negotiate with weakness, an alter ego. Not fake, not delusional, intentional. Athletes use this technique before competition. Performers use it before stepping on stage. They activate a different psychological state. You can do the same. When pressure hits, tell yourself, "I am not fragile. I adapt. I endure. I dominate." The brain does not distinguish strongly between repeated self-concept and reality. The identity you rehearse becomes the behavior you execute. Change who you believe you are, and your actions will follow. Part 5. Brain hack. Number 4. Controlled isolation. Weak minds need constant validation. Strong minds build in silence. If you cannot sit alone with your thoughts without reaching for distraction, you are not mentally strong. You are mentally dependent. Isolation reveals weakness, but it also builds clarity. When you reduce noise, social media, constant opinions, endless comparison, you begin to hear your own mind, and that's uncomfortable because you face your insecurities, your excuses, your fears. Most people avoid isolation because it exposes them, but mentally dominant individuals use it as a training ground. Silence sharpens focus. Solitude strengthens discipline. And the person who is comfortable alone cannot be emotionally manipulated. Part 6. Fear domination. Fear does not disappear. It transforms. The difference between average and elite is not the absence of fear. It is action in spite of fear. Fear plus avoidance check weakness. Fear plus action tas power. Every time you avoid something that scares you, you teach your brain, I am not capable. Every time you confront something that scares you, you teach your brain, I survive pressure. Confidence is not built through success. It is built through survival. You don't need to eliminate fear. You need to move through it. Repeated exposure to fear without retreat reprograms your threat response system. Eventually, what once terrified you becomes normal. That is how psychological dominance is formed. Part 7. Detachment, not emotionlessness. Let's clarify something. Being inhumanly strong does not mean becoming cold or emotionless. It means becoming emotionally disciplined. You still feel pain. You still feel disappointment. You still feel anger, but you are not controlled by them. Detachment is not suppression. It is observation without impulsive reaction. When someone disrespects you, you don't explode, you evaluate. When someone leaves you, you don't collapse, you adapt. When something fails, you don't identify with it, you learn. This level of control makes you psychologically dangerous in the best way possible. Because you cannot be provoked easily. You cannot be manipulated emotionally. You cannot be destabilized quickly. That's power. Part 8. Discipline over motivation. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is structural. Weak individuals wait to feel ready. Strong individuals move regardless of mood. If your actions depend on how you feel, you will always be inconsistent. But if your actions depend on who you are becoming, you will remain stable. Discipline rewires the brain through repetition. Every time you act despite resistance, you strengthen your executive control system. Over time, what felt impossible becomes automatic. That's when strength becomes permanent. Final message, the decision. Right now, you have a choice. You can stay comfortable, reactive, emotionally fragile, or you can train your mind the same way warriors train their bodies. Rewire your response to pain. Delay your emotional reactions. Shift your identity. Face your fears. Build in silence. Move with discipline. Remember this. Weak people wait for conditions to improve. Strong people improve themselves regardless of conditions. Inhuman strength is not about becoming superhuman. It's about becoming unshakable. And the moment you stop negotiating with weakness is the moment you become dangerous. The question is, are you ready to flip the switch?